My 33F partner, 30M, not putting on clothes after showering. My partner, 30M, and I, 33F, have been together for 3.5 years. We moved in together 3 years ago and it is just the two of us in the house. I feel that we have passed the honeymoon phase of our relationship. I don't think intense physical chemistry can be sustained long-term in a relationship in the same way it usually is at the start. Maybe I'm wrong? Anyway, my sex drive has dropped and I just don't feel like engaging in intimacy much these days. I have no interest sexually in anyone else. For that matter, my partner had gotten into the habit of wandering around, sitting around the house naked for hours. Every night after his shower. After a while, it just got old for me and I requested that he start putting his clothes on after drying off from the shower. Now he's really upset and says that I find him repulsive looking and disgusting. That he feels unattractive to me. I reassured him multiple times that this was not the case, however he doesn't believe me and remains salty. Honestly, I don't find him unattractive, repulsive at all, but I just got sick of him pandering around naked all the time. However, he enjoys nudity. Was I unreasonable in my request? Edit. There is baggage in our sex life which started a couple years ago when I disclosed to him that I don't orgasm during sex due to nasty side effects of the antidepressant meds I was taking at the time. He said he understood, but drastically lost interest in having sex with me from that point onwards. I felt so incredibly hurt and regretted telling him this. Because I didn't want things to change between us. I have since come off the meds, which has enabled me to orgasm. However, my interest in having sex with him has still declined. Not entirely sure why. So, over time, we ended up going opposite ways with our sex drives. Edit 2. Yes. I totally get that he has a right to say no and continue staying naked. Whatever. That's his choice. The main issue here is that he is interpreting what I asked as me telling him that he's unattractive and disgusting. Which isn't true at all. Like one commentator put, I'm just a clothes person and he's not. In my view, I just made a request, which he has the right to say no to. I mean, I can see how if you stop having sex with your partner and then tell them you don't want to see them naked, that can definitely get misinterpreted as a hurtful thing. Have you guys talked about the loss of libido? It sounds like he may have already been resentful or upset about that. While you're correct that intense physical chemistry is difficult to sustain past the honeymoon phase, it's quite possible and normal to maintain sexual attraction and have regular sex long term. Perhaps that's part of the issue here. Sexual compatibility is important in a relationship after all. Edit. In response to your own edit, you might benefit from some couples therapy. It sounds like you both had your feelings hurt and resentment might be the underlying reason for the lack of interest in intimacy. My feeling is that it might come back if you learn to communicate and make each other feel loved and desired again. Why does it seem like you are just expecting the both of you to be miserable with no end? You don't seem to be interested in a solution, just wanting things to not so in your face so you don't have to acknowledge it. I don't feel like this is a great fit for two humans. I love being naked in the privacy of my own home, and if my partner didn't like it, IDK. I'm still trying to sort out what him lounging around naked after a shower has to do with your sex life. Seems to me like you're conflating two different things. Or maybe he is? Who cares if he's naked? But to me it appears that the sex compatibility issues are seeping into the rest of your relationship. My partner loves being naked in the house. I enjoy being clothed. I let him be however he wants to be comfortable, and he does the same for me. Being naked doesn't need to be sexual. Just let him be comfortable. You can feel the way you want, but I doubt your relationship has future if you are annoyed by your partner being naked. I saw a couple on TT giving advice after being married for 30 plus years. One of the things they said was, sex isn't everything, but it is a really important thing. I've been with my girlfriend for 7 years. When she sees me naked, she giggles and makes flirty comments. I do too, but I'm a guy, so I assume you'd expect that. I'd be offended if she asked me to cover up, but I don't stay naked for hours at a time. I think I'd be more understanding if it was me hanging around the house naked all the time. Though, constant nudity isn't comfortable for everyone. Take this with a grain of salt, because I know next to nothing about the two of you. But I think you two need counseling. It sounds like you both have things you need to work out in a safe environment. And you both are still committed to the relationship. It probably can't hurt to try. Yeah, I really don't blame him. I've been with my fiancé for about 5 years. And seeing him naked never gets old. And even if it did, it's pretty messed up to tell him that I don't want to see his body. Especially when he's trying to be comfortable in his own home. For your partner to be comfortable enough to be naked in front of you, and in casual, non-sexual moments at that, is a good thing. And you've shown him in multiple ways now that you don't find him attractive at all, or his body interesting. You say you're not repulsed by him, but even ignoring your lack of interest in sex, you said yourself that you're sick of seeing him naked. You're lying to yourself and to him. I think he deserves better. Damn. Less sex and you don't want to see him naked. No amount of understanding why is going to keep him from feeling unwanted. I would feel horrible in his position, especially this early in the marriage. TBH, I would start considering separation in his spot. So if you want to keep the relationship going, you should do proactive work to get the sex life in order. Why do you even care if he's nude? He's not leaving Hershey's Kisses everywhere, is he? Why would it matter otherwise? Wait, you told him you haven't been getting off, stopped having sex, and when you tell him he can't be naked in his own home, you expect him to not take it and be upset? Besides not wanting to sleep with him anymore, I'd be pretty pissed in general if someone, including my partner, told me I'm not allowed to walk around my own house naked. Goodbye with that. I'd see if you don't find me as sexually attractive anymore, but I'm still allowed to be naked. There are clothes people and naked people. You're a clothes person. BF sounds like a naked person. If you're a clothes person and grew up with clothes people, I guess you might be bewildered by naked people. But I'd be very offended if my partner told me I need to put clothes on when I'm just hanging out. It's controlling and weirdly repressive. Why are you with someone whose nudity annoys you? This makes me sad for him. Yay, this isn't normal. And that you are aggravated at your partner being naked is a red flag. It sounds like you have resentment that's built up around intimacy and sex. Your sex drive declining sounds like you need therapy if available to deal with the mental block, and/or a doctor to figure out what's going on. So y'all have been together this long and he can't walk around naked in his own house even though you might not like. How do you think he feels with having to change his habit when he thought he could be free in his house? Lol, I walk around naked all the time, lol, rolling on the floor laughing. Okay, so you told him you couldn't orgasm, so he stepped back and that bothered you? Nobody wants one-sided sex even if it's in their favor. Personally, if I know my wife isn't getting anything out of sex with me, I'd step back too. He was being respectful of your issue. Then when your medication issue was resolved and it could be good for you again, he stepped back too. You, because now sex could be mutually satisfying. But now you've stepped back. and chastised him for being naked in his own empty home, giving him a blast of insecurity. Honestly, I feel sorry for the guy. Ooh, the joys of living alone. 1.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.